All right, all right. If you guys can hear me loud and clear, let's go ahead and drop emojis inside the chat box. Welcome, welcome, welcome into the TBX free trial. I'm so excited for these next couple of days. Rocking beside me on today's session as day one, I have Mr. Jay Bonham and Evan Cabral. If you guys just want to say hello to everyone inside the chat box, going crazy. We have people from all over the world tuning in from all continents, and you guys are here all for the same reason. You want to learn how it is that you can take advantage of the financial markets, how it is that you can create supplemental income online. And you came here because you wanted to learn a little bit how we can make this a reality for you using our education, using our live sessions, using our strategies, as well as the community that we put together that over the last 10 years has helped over 1 million students get access to education that was once reserved for those that were rich, that were wealthy, that didn't have the access that we have today. You see, 20 years ago, you couldn't trade the way that we are doing it today. The internet didn't allow it to. People had to be in the stock exchange floor. They had to be in these trading floors in order to be able to take advantage of the same markets that you have the availability to take advantage of right here from the comfort of your home and from the comfort of your phone. Now, I'm going to be diving into today, everyone, really quickly. I want to see inside the chat box. We have almost 250, almost 300 people on this live session. I want to know inside the chat box, where is it that you're calling in from? Where are you calling in from? Where are you at right now? I'm over here in Miami, Florida, and I'm super excited to be able to showcase with you guys really what we're doing here inside of TBX and show you how it is that you can take advantage of the platform that so many people are learning from on a day-to-day basis. Now, you're probably asking yourselves, we got Wilmington, we have Curaçao in the building, we got England, Canada, Oregon, we got Dublin, we got the UK. I mean, we have so many, Germany in the house, so many people tuning in from all over the world. This is an exciting time because I know that the world is heating up. And you might ask yourself, you know, Jay, why would I learn the skill set of trading? Why wouldn't I just go and maybe get another job? Or why wouldn't I just go and learn a different skill set? And here's what I'm going to share with you. Over my last 5 years of being inside this platform, I wanted something that I could do from anywhere around in the world. Somebody drop a yes inside the chat box if you want to learn a skill set that you can do from anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter if you're on the beaches of Hawaii, or you're sitting in an office in the middle of New York City, or maybe you're sitting in your bedroom. You want to learn a skill set that you can do from all over the world. Number two, you might be asking yourself, well, why would I learn this skill set if it's something I don't know anything about? Well, I really believe that the difference between the rich and the poor is access to information. And if you just grant yourself that access to information, you're going to be able to reach levels that you once thought never possible. Number three is, guess what? In trading, you don't need anyone but yourself. All you need to do is learn the skill sets and apply yourself, and you're going to be your own self-sufficient business. Unlimited income potential, location independence. It's 100% dependent on you. I mean, what else can we ask for when wanting to create a supplemental income stream other than all those three things? And that's the reason why I decided to learn trading. And out of all the different academies all around the world, all the different companies that offer different education and trading training, I asked myself, where am I going to go to get the best value, but more importantly, the most authentic and real deal application? And I came across what's now known as TBX. And I'm going to introduce you guys here today to what is TBX and how it is that can absolutely transform how it is that you learn trading, how it makes sense for you, and really what are some of our members already saying that are here a part of the community. Now, TBX was founded a few years ago, and our goal was to be able to help the average person. I mean, we're talking about someone that works a full-time job, someone that has kids, someone that has goals and hobbies outside just the trade. We needed to find something that people can use the little bit of free time that they have every day to maximize their gains, to maximize their efforts. And what we found is in the options and in the scalping trading space, which is fast movements in the markets, we were able to make this a reality for people. So TBX is a day trading education platform where we walk beginners into becoming winners, learning our simple academy setup, following our live sessions, and using some of the strategies. Now, I'm going to be showcasing you here today. We talked already a little bit about why learn trading, but I want to bring some value to you guys. If you guys are brand new on the call right now and you've never started trading before, maybe somebody, can you guys hear me okay? Maybe somebody has invited you onto this training here today. Amazing, amazing. If you're brand new, let me know inside the chat box. If you're brand new, you've never learned about trading before, and let me go ahead and drop it inside the chat box. We got Sarah, who's brand new. Michaelis is brand new. Annette, amazing. Only been on 2 calls, brand new. We'll welcome in. If I am glitching a little bit, just let it work itself out. I have full Wi-Fi right now, and it is great Wi-Fi, so I'm not sure why it'll be glitching. But everyone that's brand new, I want to show you how trading works and how simple it can be if you can understand some fundamental truths. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring up one of our very own students, has absolutely been crushing it here inside of TBX, and she wanted to share some things with you guys, for those of you guys that are brand new. And then I'm going to be passing it over to Mr. Jay Bana, one of our educators here in English, who's going to be going over market structure. But this is why I believe trading is something that everyone should be learning. And as I share my screen with you guys and I show you what it is that I'm looking at, it's pretty simple when you start understanding, okay, what the market is doing. Now, the market moves very simple. It moves up and down. Everyone drop the word up inside the chat box. Drop the word up inside the chat box. I'm going to show my screen really quickly, and I'm just going to quickly go over. I'm going to show you guys a chart. And if this is the first time that you've ever seen a chart before, the market just goes up or down, and we start looking for patterns in the market, okay? I'm going to give you guys a quick lesson on something called support and resistance. Now, in order to understand support and resistance, you need to understand that the market moves up, but the market also moves down. Someone go ahead and drop the word down inside the chat box now. Amazing. So does the market move random? Is trading gambling, right? These are all questions that the average person has when they get exposed to the world of trading. But I'm here to show you that the market moves really simple, and the market moves in a series of up and down, okay? Now, we're going to go over 2 concepts. And the first concept is the word support. And I'm going to go ahead and draw it right here and draw the word support, okay? And then there's a second concept, which is known as the word resistance, okay? So here we have support, and I'm going to also show you guys the word resistance. All right. Now, what I'm here to show you and help you guys understand from a very simple standpoint is that the market doesn't move random. It moves in patterns. How many of us have friends that are late everywhere they go, right? How many of us have friends that we know are never going to pay for the bill at the restaurant, right? Maybe they're not your friend anymore after that. How many of us know people that are almost habitual in their patterns, right? Humans, they move in patterns. Well, guess who's moving the markets? Humans. So what we can do is really simple. We can all understand that the market moves in patterns. Now, we have a concept called support and resistance. Resistance is the ceiling, okay? If I were to literally look at the ceiling where I'm at right now, I can look up and see that there's a ceiling, and I can look down and see that there's a floor. Now, what happens in the market is the market moves from floor to ceiling, and what was the ceiling becomes the floor, and what was the floor becomes the ceiling. What do you mean, Jay? Well, let me give you guys this example right here where we see the market use this floor as support. See how the market has a pattern of touching this black line that I was able to draw on the chart multiple times? That shows us that the market is having a hard time breaking through that area. And basically what that tells us is that, hey, we would be looking for buys off this area. We believe the market's going to go right back up to where it was before. Now, as we can tell on this chart pattern here, you guys are going to see support ends up becoming resistance, where you have the ceiling up above. So what I'm looking at pretty simply, when I'm looking at the market, all I'm looking at is support going to be broken? And when it is broken, what the market do? It went down. Notice how the market broke through the support floor and it continued going down, where then sells would be possible. Well, I notice here as well that the resistance wasn't broken. What does that mean? That means that the market wasn't able to break up above this area. This line was too strong. You see, what we do in trading is really simple. We look for patterns in the market. I can go to any random part of this chart. Okay, let's go back here and let's look. And I want to show you guys how the market has resistance and support. And what ends up happening is previous resistance ends up becoming support. Notice how the market has a ceiling here that became a floor here. A ceiling here that over here ended up becoming a floor again. The patterns keep on continuing in the market. And the simple thing that you're going to learn is strategies that are going to pair together both support and resistance, as well as other things that you're going to be able to recognize in the market to be able to say, hey, I believe this thing's going up, and that's where you can get paid. Now, the simple part about this is anyone can access this website that I'm on right now. In fact, if you go to www.tradingview.com, you're going to be able to create a free account, whether it's with Facebook or your Gmail login, and you're going to be able to start looking at charts and start marking them up. Now, the reason why I put this together for you and I'm doing this training here today is because I want to expose you to the world of trading. I want to expose you to what it is that we're looking at. And obviously, in our short period of time that we have together, I can't teach you everything. And that's why it's so important to get started inside of our trading platform. I want to go ahead and bring up one of our students that is absolutely crushing the game. I think I can talk I can talk for days, but it's different when you're hearing it from someone just like you, that was on a call just like this, that isn't an educator and part of this platform, but they've been able to leverage what it is that we're doing inside this platform, and they're able to transform the way that they're trading. Right? They're able to transform the way that they're trading. So Lara, I want to go ahead and recognize you. She's been on all my sessions. She's on the other educators' sessions. She's inside the Pip Talks. She's posting on social media. She is literally documenting her journey step by step. I couldn't be more proud of you. I would love to hear, what has TBX done for you so far? And for everyone that's brand new on today's session, what could you tell them? Like 100% honesty, God is watching, right? Like, be fully transparent. And guys, let's drop some fire emojis in the chat for Lara Johnson, one of our top students here inside of TBX.
Hi. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Put some ones in the chat. Thank you, Jay, for that introduction. So as Jay said, my name is Lara. I joined the Academy 5 months ago as a brand new beginner. I knew nothing about trading. My background is a sales company, so brand new beginner. And I was really worried that I wasn't going to have success here because I'm not academic. Numbers, maths was my worst subject in school, so I really had no idea if I was going to be able to pick this up. I'm very determined and I was willing to give it a go, but there was a worry in my mind that it's just not necessarily my thing. And when I got started, my strategy was, I'm going to get on every single go live I possibly can. I'm going to learn from every educator, because if I just spend 10, 12 hours a day on every single call, then surely I'm going to get quick results. But I was humbled very fast because I ended up even more confused. And for me, I finally got results by focusing on one educator and one strategy, which for me is Jay and Trend Trap. So all of the educators are amazing, all of the strategies are amazing, they all work. But what I've found is that actually focusing on one person and one strategy gets you results, which is really, really good to know, because you don't have to spend all day doing this. And actually, by focusing on one person, one strategy, and literally an hour a day, if you can put in an hour a day and focus on one educator and learn their strategy, you will get results here. That's what's worked for me. And literally my results have skyrocketed. My goal for this year is to be an independent trader. And thanks to Jay and Trend Trap, I am well on my way to making that happen. And that is as a brand new beginner. So thank you, Jay, and thank you for asking me to come on and share. This academy has literally changed my whole life in the last 5 months. And I just know the rest of the year is going to be absolutely insane.
Wow. Guys, let's go ahead and drop some fire emojis in the chat for Lara. Thank you so much for jumping on this, this session here with us. And for everyone that's brand new, 5 months ago, she was just like you on a call just like this, didn't know anything about this, but took a little leap of faith. What would you say, Lara, before we pass it over to Jay Bonham, what would you say to the person that's on the verge to getting started? They don't know this is for them yet. What would you go back and tell yourself 5 months ago?
Go for it. Just go for it. You've got literally nothing to lose, and you're in a place where you're supported so much. This is built for beginners, so nothing to lose.
Let's go. Guys, drop some fire emojis in the chat, and let's welcome our next trainer and educator who's going to be bringing you up and explaining market structure. Now, one of the biggest philosophies in trading is understanding support and resistance, understanding the market, but more importantly, understanding trends. Jay Bonham is no newbie to trading. He's an educator here inside of TBX. He's also someone that's built massive organizations of traders all around the world, and he has a lot of value to be able to share with us today. Jay, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to you. We're so grateful to have you here, part of our TBX family. We have almost 300 on today's training, and then the numbers are going up as the call's going. So that means there's a lot of value here, man. Jay, let's pass it over to you, brother. Thanks for being on here, and let's keep this free trial going strong.
Yeah, let's roll. Everybody put some love in the chat for the J number one, Miss Jay Wolf, the leader, and also for Lara for coming and sharing her story. Very good to hear. You mean, been 5 months in the academy. You know, my story isn't that much different than Lara's as well. I mean, obviously I've been in here longer. I'm a product of the product. You know, the one thing that we have here, the one thing that we're doing is that I started here just like you. I started here just like Lara. I'm a product of this company. I started here with IM. I'm just over 3 years, 3 years, 3 months. I started here following along an educator. It doesn't have to be with us anymore, but that's where I started my journey. I got connected to that I got connected to that educator, just like Lara says. You know, there's this piece that people want to go in and they want to find this strategy and that strategy, and they think what that's going to do, those strategies are going to do, or they're going to give you more clarity. Essentially what it's going to do is it's called this paralysis by analysis, where what it does is all these different things that you're going to learn are telling you different things, right? They're telling you one thing is going to say, hey man, this is where you enter. One's going to say, no, don't do that yet. Wait for this. So this is getting to that. You know, you have to get down an hour a day, get connected, get around the trader that makes sense for you, get around the guy that you or girl that you can connect to, because that's what's going to help you learn here. You know, find that support system and find that strategy that works for you. I was just like Lara. I just spent the time. I put my hour a day in, and what the greatest lesson here, and we're going to talk a little bit about market structure. We're not going to spend a lot of time because we are spending, giving you guys kind of the basics and the understanding of what we can provide you here in TBX. And then I get to pass it off to my man Evan, who's going to come here and kill you with what he sees. And so what we're going to do is what I want you guys to be clear on is how important discipline and consistency is here. Okay. The greatest lesson I learned here wasn't the ability to trade. The greatest lesson I learned here was that if I was disciplined and consistent, and that doesn't mean putting in 10 hours a day, that means putting in 1 hour a day until my life has changed. It's no different than going to the gym. It's discipline and consistency over time is going to create that skill, create those habits, create that skill, and get you connected to a whole bunch of people who just want to see you win. That's something that everybody you're going to hear from in this 3-day TBX trial. They all have the same goal, to see the people who are getting on their calls and getting educated by people here. All we want to do is see you win. And we're going to do whatever that takes, right? Sharing strategies, sharing pieces of our mindset of what we do and how we do it, because trading needs to become a habit. But the more important habit is to be disciplined and consistent. That we put in the work until it gets done. We make that decision that we're going to get here. We're going to follow that strategy. We're going to understand, take the time to give us patience to understand what we see on these charts, because for most of us, and even when I first started here, I was brand new to this market. I was overwhelmed. I got in this thing and I was like, where do I go? What do I do? I'm so excited. And all I did was find a strategy and stick with it. I learned that. I took that piece and moved on to where I could go to that next level. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to show you guys, just some of this basic stuff that's going to make sense for you. Just easy things to see on the chart. And then we're gonna say, hey, TBX is going to be the place for you. One thing why I love TBX is because it's short-term trading. One thing I found out for myself is I didn't like to be in trades, intraday, week-long trades. I don't like that. I didn't want to be like rolling around in my bed at night and be like, hey man, what's my trade doing? Right? I wanted to be in the market, out of the market. I wanted to get into these movements, wait for the market to tell me what it's going to do, get into it and get out, and protect the percentage and the goals I'm doing over time in that market, and let compound interest do its thing. The one thing that's super important here, and the one thing there's two types of people in this world. There's people that understand compound interest and there's people that pay it. We want to make sure you understand how to make compound interest work for you. And the only thing that compound interest needs, it doesn't need a whole bunch of money to start. It just needs time. So get patient, get into this business, get started, find that person that brought you here that really cares about you, and let them see what's possible. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to share my screen. Anybody who trades with me is going to be like, what is this screen? Because we like to have a lot of pieces on here and other things for people to learn. But all we're going to do is talk a little bit about market structure. We're just going to give you guys easy peasy. We're on the 15-minute. We're not going to get too long time frame, but we're going to piggyback on what Jay said. Right? Jay talked about support and resistance. Those are actually pieces of market structure. And what we want to talk about is we want to talk about what market structure means for us. Now, the safest place to take these trades are breaks of structure or back to structure, right? So identifying these structures are going to give you a better idea of where this market wants to go. The market likes to repeat itself. That's what Jay was talking about. It likes to fall into these patterns of repetition. So when you can see these patterns starting to sort themselves out, you're going to get yourself into a position, right, where you see what this chart is doing, right? We have market structure, right? We have the structure that's already built. So as Jay was talking about, he was putting lines in here at support and resistance levels. Those are also pieces of the structure. Now, the way I like to explain this, and same with support and resistance levels, market structure is no different. Market structure is where the chart wants to make a decision. Now, remember, we're just waiting for the market and the chart to make a decision. And when it makes that decision, we want to go with it. The one thing I want you guys to understand here when we're trading, the market doesn't do what we want. Unfortunately, when we come to trade in here, we're going to want the market to do certain things. We want to get certain results. The market is going to do what the market does. And we want the market to tell us what it's going to do. To say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. This is why I'm going to do it. And this is how I'm going to show you. And those decision points on the market, which, we can get lines set up on here, right? We have these support and resistance levels, which Jay went over, right? We're going to talk about how we would take these things, right? We're going to make this one blue just so we can tell that this is our resistance. He talked about floor and ceiling, right? You can see that this thing created a ceiling. Now there's still space between here that if it breaks this little higher high here, if it breaks this, what we call a resistance level, we can take it back to structure, right? This previous structure that we see here, right, can be what we call targets, right? If it breaks this structure, we can take it back to this next structure. We like to use the term look left. Okay, so when you're on the chart and you're like, I'm not totally sure where this wants to go, look left. Just scroll out. This is on TradingView. Super simple. Jay told you to go take a look, type in TradingView to get yourself an account. You can go on here and play with this. So what we want to do is we want to look left. Okay, that's going to tell us what that previous structure had done, right? If this thing would have broke here, pretty good opportunity that we could have taken it back to previous structure. But what it did is it broke the support line, which Jay actually just showed on this same chart. We just happen to be using DJ30 and I'm on US3 in this same chart. So what it did is it broke this structure. Now, if you had this structure here and you were like, okay, there's this opportunity to break this structure to the left. If it doesn't break this structure to the left, where does it want to go? At this point here, the market was like, you know what? I was thinking about going up there, but I'm going to decide I'm going to go back. Okay, I've gone far enough. I've gone back. We could talk about volumes and, accumulations and those types of things, which are take a little bit more experience to understand and why this would come back up here in the first place, right? To take all the volume out of it and then to head back the way it wanted to go. So this area, this line, this resistance or this piece of structure, when it gets to it, it's going to tell us where it wants to go, right? If it would have broke through, then we would have had an opportunity to take it back here, but it didn't. It came back to the structure. This became a resistance level. It rejected it, okay? And it went back down, right? It went back down to structure. And now we had this support line here. And what did it do? Look at where literally look where it's sitting, right? We went left, right? We're like, okay, it made a decision to bounce off of this. It came all the way down to our support line. Now it broke through that structure, right? Now we go look left. We're like, okay, if it's going to break here, I'm going to get into this thing. I'm just going to take this move as it breaks support. And I'm going to go look over here, and here's my target. Bam, right? Here's my target right there. Right? We're going to make that a red line because we're going down in a sell area, right? There is our, oh, I got 2 lines there. Get out of here. I'm on my, okay, so we're going to make this a red line just so we can tell you. I like to have the blue lines on the way up because that's essentially we're going to be moving towards resistance. Those are those buy areas. And I like to see sells on the way down. So what happened was it created this structure here in the 15-minute. We saw this support line, which we actually Jay identified as well. And then it broke through this structure. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to take it as it breaks. Where am I going to take it to? I'm going to take it to this structure, right? Because it's going to tell me what it wants to do at this point. This is a safe target to take it to because, hey, man, I can take this to here and know that it's going to hit my TP, that there's a really, really high probability that it's going to go back to structure. And you can see actually right now, it's actually breaking that structure as well. And we could go left again, which we might have to get into a little higher time frame, but it's actually breaking that structure. Now, if we had this support line figured out, it came out, it rejected here. It told us, nah, you know what? I'm not interested in going up right now. Okay, I'm going to head back down. It came all the way through, broke this support, right? We could take a look at that break of structure and that other, and then we just go look left to where that other structure is, where the market has already been. The market wants to go back to where it's already been. Okay, and then it's going to make a decision where it is, right? So to the left here, this would have been our easy peasy. And I know you guys probably don't even know how to use this because this is in TradingView and you'd have to figure it out, right? We're going to have a nice little 1 to 2 risk reward, bam, back to structure. It just went down there and crushed that. And if we're using our proper risk reward 1 to 2, that is a money move. Bam, your pattern played right out. The structure, it went back to where it wanted to go. It went back to structure. Okay, this is not a fib tool. This is just your short position to show you your risk reward. Okay. This is showing you that break. We would have taken it at this break of structure. That would have been our TP. We would almost hit it there on the first move, actually. Just missed it. So taking it back to structure. Remember, super easy. The chart wants to follow its patterns. It wants to go back to where it came. There's obviously we can go into depth, and anybody here who's been in trade for a while talk about volumes and you know where the institutions are entering the market, right, and why it would go back to there. But it's as easy as going, you know what, it's going to break here, it's going back to that structure. And that's simple. That is as easy as, hey, I'm going to put up a line here, I'm going to put up a line there, I found my support and resistance. If it breaks this, where does the structure I want to go to? It broke that. This is the structure I want to go to. Oh, you don't even really know anything about this market yet, like all into the high experience, and you can come and win. We're going to teach you how to learn these simple steps on how to identify market structure and how to just take this thing from structure to structure. Easy peasy. It's that simple. Okay. So easy, just reach out to that person who brought you here. They're going to get you onto these charts. We're going to teach you these simple movements from line to line, in the market, out of the market. You're done. Very, very easy. So it's my pleasure. We're going to move this along. I want to make sure Evan has enough time to get into what he wants to show. We have about 20 minutes for a roll here. Thank you guys. If you guys can, you think and you know that you can take that from structure to structure, very simple, break a support to structure, very easy, simple, in and out of the market. Put some fire emojis in the chat. Let's get excited. Evan's going to show you, what he does and how he gets into the market. So thank you guys. I'm blessed and I'm grateful to be able to spend some time with you guys today. I'm also very grateful to pass you off to this man, Mr. Evan Cabral, who has been here, who is one of our other educators, who is here to support and teach everybody, these other opportunities in this market. So my man, Evan, are you there? Take it away. I can see you're there. I don't know if your video is ready. There. Oh, are you ready for me, Evan? There he is. Right on. We can't hear you though, Evan. We can't hear you.
All right. What's up, guys?
There he is.
We're here. Good to go. Happy to be on the call with you guys. Awesome call so far. We got a lot of people on. I'm excited to be here with you guys. Hope everybody's doing well. So yeah, we've had a lot of information go by. Let me check the chat. Where's the chat at? Okay, I see it now. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you. Love you too. Anyway, we've had a lot of information go by so far. I'm going to show you guys where you can access this stuff. A lot of you guys are new here. I saw from the chat. So I want to show you guys real quick where you guys can access the information and some of the stuff that these guys have been talking about that Jay and Jay have been talking about over here. So week by week, day by day, in our academy, we have live sessions. So I like to call it a learn and earn system, right? We learn. In order to start earning in these markets, you have to learn, right? You take the word learn. If you take the L off, you get the word earn. So in order to start earning, you really need to start learning. And in this day and age, information is the new currency. I've learned a lot from being surrounded by other people in this industry. I haven't learned everything on my own. The great thing is that you're surrounded by other people who want to learn too, other people who are trying to go to the next level. So the community is an amazing thing because you take a lot from other people. You learn a lot from other people. So Go Live is where you're going to learn all this information. Go Live is where you're going to learn from these different educators. Like myself, we have daily sessions every day, right? Every day we have these sessions that will happen live streaming for each educator. Each educator has their own schedule. You can see I'm down here at the bottom. That's me, Evan Cabral. Every day at 1 o'clock in the morning, everybody has their own different times because the market's 24 hours, right? The Forex market's 24 hours. And you can trade it anytime you really want, right? You can go to the market anytime you really want. So I like to go to the market at 1 o'clock in the morning. I like to go on my live sessions at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's right before London session. So I like analyzing the market right before London session, right? But someone like Jay that you heard from at the beginning, he likes to go at 8 in the morning Eastern time. So we have different times. We have different times that we go on our sessions, okay? These sessions are where you learn from these educators. Lots of different information to pick from each person, right? Everybody might have a little piece of information that you can take away. So these sessions happen every day, right? Every day, except for weekends, right? But this is where you learn. That's me. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of like a little YouTube channel in a way where you have different recorded sessions. So you can always go back and watch something that's already happened, something that you missed, or even something that you already watched and you like. You know, you can always go back and rewatch things. It's good to refine information. I find when you learn something, it's best to learn it again 24 hours after, because a lot of people, you know, there's different types of people who learn, right? And a lot of people will learn something one day and then a week later, 2 weeks later, come back and try to relearn it. So that time, that 2 weeks away is kind of a distance between learning it and relearning it. It's a long time. I try to relearn something as quickly as possible. So we have everything recorded, you know, everything's recorded here. Favorite sessions. So I built kind of like a course on mine where I have all these videos. So every educator has this. This is the coolest part because every single day this stuff happens. You can hop on multiple sessions every day. And like the guys are saying, it's just consistency. I've been doing this trading stuff for 7 years now. And it's really just developing that consistency, putting in the time, putting in the work, right? Finding ways to educate yourself, right? Average people, rich people. There's a difference. You know, some people like to entertain themselves. Some people like to educate themselves. So there's a difference between how you spend your time. This is a place you can educate yourself, right? Most people like to spend their time watching YouTube, watching Netflix, watching movies, maybe sitting on the couch on their phone. I can admit the phone these days, it's very distracting. You can spend a lot of time on your phone. You can spend hours on your phone, 2-3 hours, 3 hours a day looking at nonsense. But the first step is really, if you're trying to get to the next level, start developing new, acquiring new information, start developing a new mindset. That's what changed the game for me, was just changing my mindset. So that's go live. That's go live for you guys right there. Let me check the chat, see how everybody's doing. What's good? What's good? Okay. Yes, this was recorded. This is recorded, so we'll get the link out later for you guys. Another cool feature where you can kind of stay updated to our educators, the educator that you follow. Like I heard that testimonial from that lady. She said she found consistency when she started to focus on one educator. When she came in, she was focusing on every educator, and she was maybe a little bit overwhelmed with information. But if you're following someone, there may be an educator that you're following or educators that you're following. We have our Pip Talk channels. So these are little channels where you could just stay updated to the educator on certain market conditions, certain things they talked about on their go live sessions. So what I like to do, I've been doing this for 7 years. So what I like to do on my go live sessions is live analysis. I like to go over the charts. So does Jay, so do a lot of people. So what I would like to post in my Pip Talk is a lot of updates from the charts that we were talking about on the sessions. That's what I like to do. That's the one thing I like to spend my time doing, is going over the charts and going over what I call is live analysis, or what we call is live analysis. So this is a setup that we had on gold. Jay was talking a little bit about support at the beginning. He did a little lesson on support and resistance. So we were looking at this on gold. We were looking for the market to form a support here. Right? We can see how the market was coming down. And then we had this green candle come out. So that was like our confirmation candle. So after that candle, we were expecting the market to push up. We're expecting the market to go up. Pretty cool stuff. This was last week. And you can see how we had this nice push up. So that's what we do. We analyze the market like this. We look for different market setups, different ideas. We've been doing this for a long time, so we have a good eye for the market. We've been doing this for a long time, so we have a good eye for the market. We have a good intuition towards the market. At first, when I started trading, a lot of it made no sense to me, but I understood it was a way to make money. So I was really motivated and hungry to figure it out, to figure out how to make money from these markets. And over time, just spending time on the charts has just developed an intuition like no other, right? That's what happens over time. When you're spending more time on these charts, you develop an intuition. You see these patterns, these behaviors over and over again. And I know the guys were talking about patterns before. So there's a lot more stuff. This is day 1 of our free trial. This is day number 1. We've been on for almost about an hour now. This is day number 1. Tomorrow's day number 2. And then we have day number 3. So there's still a lot more stuff that other educators are going to cover on day number 2 and day number 3. There's still a lot more stuff that you can find inside of this academy. This is just some of the stuff I wanted to go over with you guys here today. This is one of the charts I was looking at this morning on GBP USD. This is one of the charts we had looking at today. Well, I was looking at this morning, but I woke up a little bit late today, so I missed this setup because I woke up a little bit late. But like Jay was talking about, he was talking about that resistance at the beginning. This would have been a nice setup to get into this morning. Let's see, gold. What's gold doing? But we're going to probably wrap this up in a couple minutes. Remember, this is day 2. This was recorded. Same link tomorrow. This is day 1. Day 2 is tomorrow. Same link. Same exact link that you used for this call on tomorrow's call. So be sure to tune in, guys. Tomorrow, we had a lot of people on. Today, it's nice to see awesome stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed this call. Hope I could pass along some information with you guys. Remember, information is the new currency. The more you know, the higher you can move in life. Okay? Take care, everybody. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for day 2. Day 2.